All right, Shalom, Akim. All right, we would like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Kakodash. Want to give double honors to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. On Zahab to my left. Hey, instant gratification produced low grade results, man. And that's is the result of being in Babylon. All right, this topic came from what a brother put on the comment board about a point we were making, and he said he put on the comment board, which I forget his name, but it was like instant gratification equals low grade.
Low grade, yep.
So you know what Esau pushes in Babylon is pursue your lust, pursue your wants and your desires.
They're hungry, why wait?
They're hungry with that microwave mentality. But that microwave mentality, just like the food that comes from the microwave, it produces poor quality results, man. You just about to make a point?
And really, like you say, like food that comes from a microwave, it's harmful to you.
Yep.
Like dealing with women on the fly. It's like, like we talked about before, there's a lot of children made off of instant, gratification of the flesh.
Just because that person look pleasing to the eyes.
Yep. And what happens is it produces a harmful relationship with, produces a harmful environment for the child. And it's all based on instant, gratification. This is on Proverbs 31:3. It says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to them which destroy kings."
This written in the book of Proverbs. It's a mother that wrote that to her son, but the book of Proverbs ultimately is the book of King Solomon. And King Solomon later in his life gave this strength to women, man. All right, but in Babylon, but that's a good proverb, for the hopefully elect in Babylon, man, because you can literally give your time and energy to the pursuit of instant gratification from women, man. And like we went into what's that last week, that's a snare. Go ahead.
The word way.
Yeah, come on.
All right, that word way. All right, in Proverbs 31:3 is the rock in the Hebrew, and it goes into a manner, a habit, a way, of course of life.
And give not thy strength to women, nor thy course of life to that which destroy kingdoms, man. All right, because what is a course of life that destroy kingdoms? Indulgence. One of the things that Babylon teaches you to reiterate is instant gratification, man.
Yep.
It's these microwave results, man.
Yep.
But the microwave results always yields low grade material, man.
Because the things that's in abundance, like you always say, mass production, anything that's mass produced is low grade.
Yep.
That's why, when you go back, even now, like you go to the East, the things that are handmade are costly.
Yep.
Like if you get you a shirt that's handmade, any type of clothing that's handmade, anything that's handmade, is of a high quality. It's like it's authentic, And see, America is all about quantity for quick convenience.
Yep. Quick profits.
Yeah, quick profit.
Yep.
All right. That's why you see America produces what? The lowest grade women.
Yep.
The lowest grade food.
Yep.
You see? The lowest grade,
liquor.
Music.
Yep. Because they have those producers in the studio all day making beats back to back to back.
Yep.
Then you hear the beat, and it's just basic.
Yep.
And
it's all them sound similar.
Yep.
For the most part.
You go back to even the 70s.
Yep.
Where they was producing music and they had a whole band. That was damn near a symphony on the stage.
Yep.
Not just get a computer and get Fruit Loop, make this quick beat,
is the guy. But everything, because even when you look, and it's getting worse.
Yep.
Because when you look at, music from what it was to what it is now, that's why these record labels, they're not giving big contracts, to these new artists. They'll rather go buy old catalogs from the 70s and 80s and 60s than to invest in these new artists because it's so low grade now. Like rap is horrible.
Yep.
You got a few artists that's, decent, that they do say thought-provoking things, but for the most part, it's terrible low grade, man.
Yep. There was an article that I read some years ago about it went into the dawning of the Western Empire. It was talking about the decline of the music in the West. And it was basically saying that that's a sign of the the dusting of an empire, man. Like that's the end of an empire when entertainment degenerates, all right? The quality of living degenerates, All right, you can't even keep a man and a woman together now. In 2021, you can't even keep a couple together. All right, it's because they met probably off of instant gratification and it yielded poor results, man. The brother went into the women are low grade. You know, after sex, what is there? That's low grade. That's why the scripture says a harlot should be counted as spittle.
It's low grade.
Yep.
You know, because like we always going to it, you know, your purpose is in your value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, your value is in your purpose.
Yep.
But see, if you stray away from your purpose, then your value decreases.
Yep.
Because even if a man has a lot of money, all right, let's say an Israelite man has a lot of money, Jake has a lot of money, but if he doesn't have the wisdom of the scriptures, he's still low value.
Yeah, he's a low grade man.
Yeah, he's a low grade man. Yeah, he has value according to the money scale of the wicked.
Yeah.
You know, but true value comes in your purpose, man.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get this going to that statue. In Daniel's 2nd chapter, is Daniel 2, all right, in 31, it says, Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This image was, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Mm-hmm. And those you see the decline in those metals.
Yep.
You know, because gold is the top, you know, metal, precious metal. Then you have silver. Yep. Then you have brass. Yep. Then you have iron. All right. Then it went down to clay. Yep. You see, and we're in the clay. Yep. That's why even when you look at ancient architecture, like the houses that they made, you know, of that stone and brick, you know, that was much more durable. That's why you got ancient infrastructures, you know, that are still standing to this day.
And it's the way that they built those Roman Colosseums is hard to build now.
Yep.
Even the way the first Rome was built is superior than the second Rome.
Yep.
You know?
Granada. Yep. When you go back to the Moors, you know, those Jakes, the architecture, Esau can't duplicate it. Mm-hmm. Esau can't build them pyramids, you know, that was being built 5,000 years ago.
This nigga just said, look, some aliens built it. Call it a day.
Yeah. You know, History Channel. Exclusive.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Because he don't want to admit that there was another nation of men that was really superior to him.
Yep.
You know?
That's why this lifestyle is become very, you know, the culture of America, like I say, is based on low grade. Yep. Here it is, you know, you come from rags to riches. Now you worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Like you look at Dwayne Wade, Will Smith, Russell Wilson. Here it is. You're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but the woman you with is super low grade. You got your options of you know, of millions of women. All right, but what the culture of America is so-called power couple, but these women are through.
Yep, because Gabrielle Union, she openly said that basically she was promiscuous in the 90s. And in her book, she inspired young women to be sexually promiscuous. She's like, get as much dick as you can. Like, but that's a low-grade woman. Mm-hmm. See, Babylon is teaching you to worship a woman because she's pretty or she got a nice body when she's naked. But what about her value and what she can bring to the table? Mm-hmm. What about her body count, man? You know, like he's a high value male with a low grade woman.
Yep. And the East really makes you just treat things according to what they are.
Yep.
If that's all she has is a body, you know, and you know, well, she just for pleasure. Yep. She just worth 30, you know, 40 minutes of your time and you out of there. You shouldn't be trying to add that to your house, you know, trying to build on that. No, she's not worth that.
That's why it's a rocket says of women becoming wickedness.
Yep.
Look what she did to his house. She overthrew his house.
She destroyed them, brother. She destroyed that man's house, man. Yep. You know? Look at them kids. They destroyed. Yep. You know? This is Lamentations 4:1. It says, how has the gold become dim?
It's talking about us, man.
Yeah.
Because we were not always niggas, man. We were not always niggas, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. We were once the sons of God, man. Just like that statue had declined, we declined as a nation.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, and you go into, because gold, going back to what? That most precious metal, they said it becomes dim, you know, which lost its value. And you go to the word dim in the Hebrew, it's amun, all right? And it says to dim, to darken, to grow dark, all right?
Degenerate.
Yep. Look at that word eclipse. See what it said.
Ooh.
It says, let me see. It said, okay, here you go. Merriam-Webster. It said this for eclipse. It says a falling into obscurity, obscurity or decline. Also, the state of being eclipsed. The state of being eclipsed. His repetition has fallen into eclipse. You know, obscurity is confusion.
Yeah.
You know,
because odd means to, obscure means to like cloud.
Yeah.
So the Most High has clouded our judgment with the pride of the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why I said you should grope in the darkness in the noonday. That's obscurity, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, it said to decline.
Yep.
All right. Decline in value, man, and the men and women. What you gonna prove? They're speaking to people. This is Lamentations 4:1. It said, "How is the gold dim? How is the gold become dim? All right, or decline? How is the most fine gold changed?
Yep.
The stones of the sanctuary are poured out at the top of every street."
Yep.
You know,
and that's basically us being kicked out of Jerusalem and scattered to these different nations, man. All right, gold becoming dim. We got the curses on us. We got that stigma. You know, we don't have the glory of being the sons of the Most High. When people see us, it's like, oh, here come these niggas. You know.
Yep. So keep going on. You know, just to prove. Verse 2, it said, "The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers?"
Niggas, spics, aliens, illegal aliens.
"The work of the hands of the potter."
Yeah.
You know, and it really, niggas was formed by Esau Edom.
Yeah.
You know, Esau formed niggas through his media, man. You know, that I forgot who was making that point. But they said that niggas, you know, our people, they took on to the stereotype. Like, you couldn't make particular movies if Jake didn't buy into the stereotype. If they didn't wear the clothes, you know, if they didn't act, you know, a particular way according to these stereotypes, man. You know, but Esau through it witchcraft, man, he really, you know, he molded what we know today is nigga culture, man.
Yeah, because you had something called a minstrel show.
Yep.
Where it would be a Jake or an Edomite with a black face and pink lipstick, and he'll make an ass of himself on stage. But now Jake has been bamboozled to do that voluntarily.
Yep.
You know?
And it said, verse 3 says, "Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to their young ones, but the daughter of my people," talking about the women of Israel, "is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness."
What's the abortion rate? Like 50%?
Yep.
You know?
And so it shows you how the sons, you know, Zion, you know, which we were likening to being precious, comparable to fine gold, you know, have become dim. And then talk about the women, it said they're become worse than sea monsters, man.
Yep.
You know? So you have the men, all right, of our nation, all right, that was known for being these great men, you know? And what happened, man, became degenerate. Then the women, she became useless, you know, because if you're lower than a sea monster, all right, as a mother, you're useless.
You don't even have your maternal instinct to care for your kids.
No.
You care about you and your image.
Man, it's a lot of, especially this generation, you know, are horrible parents, man. Horrible mothers, man. This is the worst probably generation of mothers our nation has ever seen.
Ever.
You know? There's no way it was ever this bad.
You know, most of our women, a good portion of them are lesbians.
Yep.
They go both ways.
Yep. Right in front of their children.
Right. And yep. I've seen nigga women get daughters and make the daughters dress like a stud. That's why 1-2 years old and dress the daughter up like a stud, man. You know?
It's that generation, man.
Yeah, man.
You know? That's why Lord just finna do away, you know, with the majority. Matter of fact, we did in Jeremiah. That's why the Lord is going to do away with the majority of Israelites because they have became so useless, man. They have became so low in value, man. You see, the purpose, we get our value from our purpose, and the scriptures give us our purpose, man, as a man and a woman of Israel, man. You know, we have found our purpose in the scriptures. You see, now when you go to Jeremiah 24, all right, this is Jeremiah 24:3. It says, then said, no, I started at 3 years. It said, then said the Lord Yahweh Shema unto me, what seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil, very evil. They cannot be eaten. They are so evil. You know, those good figs represents the elect. All right, those evil figs, you know, represent what? The 2/3. You see, they are so wicked, they are so evil, they become so degenerate that they can't even be used. They're good for nothing. What's a fig worth if it can't be eaten?
Right.
It's good for nothing, man. You know, like Yahweh shall talk about, for salt loses savor.
Yep.
What is it good for? But to be tried underfoot.
Then the fig has to reproduce itself.
Yep.
So if it's going bad, it can't reproduce itself.
Yep.
We have a culture that is keeping our people from really reproducing themselves.
Yep. Because they can physically have children, all right, but those children come up in the way of death. Like they're not passing life, you know, like even going like to the value, like one man, even you go to Jacob, one man created the tribes, which created what? Billions of people. One man, showing the value of that one man. But he had to have women that knew how to nourish those children being born.
Yep.
You see? There's a great value in just understanding your purpose as a woman and a man. There's a great value in it. That's how nations flourish and grow.
You see it with Elon.
Yep.
They still maintain those basic structures of man and a woman, despite them coming to America and, you know, taking on a Western way to make money. But they still maintain those ancient customs of a man and a woman.
Yep.
You know,
verse 4, it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai came unto me, saying, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, the power of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. And because this captivity, you know, for the elect, you know, was to chastise us, but to build us up, to create something, you know, valuable. Like we're being made into some value, and we're not going to understand just, you know, the full spectrum of what the Lord was doing with us until we're in the kingdom. You see, now we see inklings of it, you know, because you got, you know, brothers that are teaching, you know, the nation, you know, whether you're teaching for the Israelites, you know, whether you're teaching, you know, you have 100 people following you, man, you know, 1,000 people following you. Guess what? You're of value because you play a part in raising up a nation. You're building a nation. So now we understand why our value, like, because our value comes from teaching. All right. A woman's value comes from what? Being submissive and learning how to be a woman again. You know,
supporting a man.
Yep. Supporting those men that are teaching, man. Even if it's just prayers, even if it's just a shalom on comment board, you see, there's still a support. You're supporting those men, you know, that are what, man, doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it says, verse 6, it says, for I will set my eyes upon them, and that them is the elect, for good, and will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. And that's that everlasting salvation. That's when we're delivered. But see, the Lord is going to take the cream of the crop. Like Yahweh Shai is coming to gather all access. Everything that he gathers in those chariots will be an asset to his kingdom. Nothing gonna be a liability on the chariot.
But we saw that with like Troy. When they was building. Like they had craftsmen, like they had like mobile craftsmen. You know.
Even in Esau's with his contingency plan. You know, those people that he plans on putting in bunkers and all these things. They just not no regular nigga gonna be in the bunker, man.
No.
You know, nigga work at Target. No, man, he gonna get his best thinkers, his farmers, engineers, yep. You know, weapons specialists. You see? So how much more would your house shot?
Yeah.
You know? That's why we should be adding value to ourselves, man. And the main thing now is really our character and our conduct. You know, discipline is a value. You know, patience is a value. You know, being diligent in the Father's business, all right, is a value.
That's right.
You know, a woman understanding, all right, her purpose is a great value. You know, in all humility, that's a great value. So that's who Yahushua is coming together, all right, and start an eternal kingdom with, man. You know, those are going to be the ones worthy of those immortal bodies.
You rebuild with builders, and we're spiritual builders.
Yeah. Hey, because if you gotta think, like, even like just going back to a low level, all right, you think, you know, if Esau could keep reproducing Michael Jordan, you know, you think he would, you think he wouldn't keep doing it? Because he's a value unto his kingdom.
Yeah.
That's why he's always scouting and looking, you know, but if he could, he would make Michael Jordan, you know, immortal through what? That lineage, man. You see, so how about Shema Al-Shai is going to see those, beginning with those men of value and those women of value, and make them immortal. I want to keep duplicating this spirit back in the earth. You know, because your lineage as a man is a portion of you. Just like we're all spirits, that's a portion of the Most High. The Father's spirits, well, as a man, your lineage is a portion of you. You know, there's things that I inherited from my father, you know, just by what they call it, hereditary. You know,
because you know, just to put out my business, you know, I wasn't even raised by my dad, but when I got to know him, I realized, man, I got the same type of intellect he does.
Yeah, that's why you would have, you know, whole families that was carpenters, whole families that was blacksmiths, you know, whole families that was musicians. You know, whole families that was physicians. You know, because there's that one, it was just, you keep duplicating. If you got a peach tree, you know, and then you take one of the fruit off of it, it's gonna be, and you plant it's gonna be another peach tree.
Same characteristics.
Same characteristics, man.
It's just your father's job to cultivate you.
Yep.
But the seed was already in you.
Yep.
You know?
So it's really your father's cooking. You know. You know, Kwame, you know, he on this little wave. You know, Kwame Brown. You know,
yeah.
He been, you know, pushing his mother's cooking. You know, his mother's season, but really, it's from your father, man. Now, like I said, a woman does nurture you. You know, but ultimately, it's your father is really supposed to, you know, that you inherit, you know, his traits.
Because really, your mama not supposed to nourish you till you 18.
Nah.
Your mama's supposed to nourish you during your nursing stages.
Yeah.
Like you hear a baby or an animal and say, "Oh, it's nursing."
Yeah.
It'll last like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
For us, it's like what, 4 years? Our first 4 years, we on our mama's care. But after that, it's cultivating time, man. You know.
I don't get that in
Shalom to you, brothers and sisters who are tuning in. You know. Yeah, but the spirit comes from your father and it's cultivated.
That's why the Lord's on dealing with, you know, true high value man according to the scripture. You know, he wants to duplicate that in the earth.
You may wonder, you know, is the Lord dealing with me? How come I'm pretty much a nobody in society?
Yep.
See, these high value men in this society, they benefit Esau. We benefit the Most High. You know?
And their value finna shoot up. It's just a thing of patience. You know, they really got waited out, man. You know, and brothers, don't be rushing to get, you know, in these relationships with these women based off lust, man. That can be a horrible decision, man. You know, like you say, just patience, man. You know, patience, vent things out, man. Because one thing about, you know, dealing with these women, they gonna expose themselves. You know, you dealing with women, you know, and you thinking about adding this woman to your household, watch her carefully. Listen to what she's what she's saying, you know. Then pay attention to a pattern. More so, pay attention to a pattern in decision making, man.
Then look at her damn background.
Yep.
Look at her life. You could judge certain people by how their car look. Like if you in traffic, you see a lot with E car all bent up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You kind of look at it, looks messy in the inside.
Yep.
You know, she talking on the phone. You can tell she has a scattered life, man.
Way she drive all over the goddamn place, you know.
Cause your car is an extension of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can look at people. You can sometimes you gotta study her background.
Yeah, pay attention to them patterns.
Yeah.
She can be saying one thing, but them actions not gonna lie. Her past decision making, like you say, her background. Her past decision making, her current decision making, and her mindset going toward the future, man. You know? So you younger brothers, just be mindful, you know, about adding, especially this generation. I was telling the brother Anah, the young brother Anah from Memphis, you know, him and the brothers Oz, you know, them brothers in their early 20s, young brothers. And I was like, y'all really ain't got shit to choose from, boy. You know, because the value is constantly dropping, you know. So, you know, most I might put some, you know, throw some your way, you know, but do a very you know, thorough, you know, check, man, you know, before you make that decision.
That's right.
Because going back to when you consider yourself valuable, you know, you're very, you know, picky about who you choose giving access to you. Because Eve like that now. That shows you how valuable she thinks she is.
Yep.
You know, because Eve might get a 20 calls a day, man, but she's not talking to all the people every day. Yep. She chooses who she has access to.
And don't fall for that shit either. Don't be nobody else don't be nobody else fan. The Most High didn't choose us to chase women, man.
Yep.
So yeah, don't chase nobody, man. If you don't get no reciprocation, just fall back, man.
Yep. Yep.
You know, that's part of him showing value.
Yep.
How can you show value if you chasing?
Yep.
You projecting her that I need you.
Yep.
You know?
This is Isaiah 13:12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Well, like you said, our value is about to shoot up, man. All right, in these times to come, a man of understanding is going to be gold, man.
Because low value finna be exposed.
Oh.
Right now, you can get away with it in this first world, you know, false reality. You know, you can get away with low value, and you can be propped up as high value. You know, with all these you know, apps and filters and, you know,
drugs. You like a man.
Yep.
You know.
You know, and it says I want to get that word precious. All right, in Hebrew, which is yaquar. All right, the Hebrew word yaquar for precious, and it says to esteem, to be prized, to be valuable, to be precious, to be costly. All right, to be appraised, to be highly valued.
Yeah, because you're looking at precious, right? And that's where you get the word appreciated. The word to appreciate something is because it's precious. The word appreciate goes back to the word precious, and which appreciate goes back to the word prize.
Yep.
Precious go back to prize, so we're the prize. That's why I said of costly. You know, because we're precious and we're the prize, man.
And it says it goes into to make rare. You know, and because a man of the Lord, how rare you think it is? It's 144,000, you know, men throughout the whole earth. You know, that's under 1%.
Yep.
You know, and then to spread out.
Yep.
So the chances of someone to run into one of those men is going to be very rare in these times to come.
So that's the 144,000 within almost 8 billion people.
Yep. And then that's why brothers, you know, develop a mindset of wanting the best of the best.
Yep.
And them days you're gonna want the best of the best. You know, it's a lot of things like in time to come, it's a lot of things in this current time, you know, that would have been a no-brainer. You know, but in the times to come, they ain't gonna make the cut. So a lot of women not gonna make the cut, man. The Most High is gonna put their royal, regal, you know, spirit on brothers, man. You gonna want the best of the best for your situation, man. You know, some brothers, hey, you know, they might just want to ride this thing out. You know, not even just, you know, deal like that, man. You know, it's gonna be different for different situations, but hey, you know, hey, she gonna have to stand out. You know. That was all I had.
Hey, well, yeah, that's it. Then we can just draw this live stream to a closing.
You got it, bro.
All right, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Shura Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. And with that, a Bible bow. Come Yashala. Shalom.